So I'm here with actor Jacob Hopkins, who has a new film that will be out on October 7th.
Yes.
But before we talk about that, I know you kind of have an interesting story that you were discovered when you were going with your father to an audition.
Yeah, that's right. It was actually, I was running errands with my dad, and he said, well, son, let's stop by my agency real quick. I just want to say hi. I'm like, yeah, sure. No idea what he meant by agency.
Right.
I was like 5. So I'm like, he's talking to his agents, and I'm just, sitting like playing with these toys and, whatever. And they lean over and look at me, and they say, oh, wow, this is a real cutie. Who is he? Does he want to act? I'm like, yeah, sure, what's acting? So I was just like, I'll try it. So, yeah, and then it just went off from there, and I'm here now.
And there was no trepidation on the part of your father, who had been in the entertainment industry, to let you pursue it at a young age?
Well, my dad actually thought it would be a pretty good idea because they need someone, like, outgoing. Like, that's a really big, important thing, and okay, like, I just want to tell you, like, I could not stop talking in school. Like, I was just that chatterbox, and that was actually a good thing in this industry. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop talking, and I would always talk about the things I like, and they're like, wow, he's just full of energy. Yeah, he'd be really great. And, my dad, as a fellow actor, he's like, yeah, I believe so. My mom agreed, and yeah, we started taking acting lessons, and then they started coaching me because they were actors, and yeah, it's been really awesome ever since.
And I see your energy level has really tanked as you've gotten older.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've learned to not brag about my 3DS every now and then, because when I was like, I think I remember like in 2nd grade, like when we were supposed to be working on writing numbers or something like that. I don't know. I had just gotten a DSi, and I wouldn't stop talking about it. And I wouldn't stop talking about other things, but it's a good thing in acting, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you were cast in your first role in the minis. Why don't you talk about that little,
Yeah.
that project, being your first right off the bat?
Yeah, so I don't remember that much. I do remember being on the shoulders of like my pretend dad, and I was like watching the basketball game, and I was just like, my only line was just me, just like sitting on the shoulders of me, just like, go minis, in my little 5-year-old voice, and just like clapping and just cheering, and it was a really great experience for me. It was something new because all like these cameras and lights and all these new people I got to meet, and I just thought, wow, this could be something I would actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at 5, you're not intimidated. You're just taking all the excitement in.
It's like, whoa, yeah. I could stare down a 6-foot tall man and just be like, dude, wow, you're tall.
And now they're doing the same to you, right?
Yeah.
And then you went on to star on True Blood, which is
That's right.
very
Yeah,
big show. What was that like to be on such a big show as it was coming to a close?
Yeah, so at the time, I didn't even know what True Blood was. I just thought like vampires are cool.
Yeah.
I want to try this, and they really liked me. Like 2 hours later, I got it, and we went on set. First thing I did was got my fangs fitted. It was really cool. Like they made the fake flesh in front of me, like with the powder, and they showed me how to do it, and they matched the teeth, and I remember the fangs being like my favorite thing. Like I wanted to keep them. Like they were really cool. And a lot of people thought like, were you scared on set? Like because it's such a gory show, and did they treat you nice? It was the best catered set, like one of the best I've ever been on. They treated me like a son. Like everyone was just so nice to me. They kept on asking if I was okay. And it was actually really funny, Chris Maloney, the scene with when he put me down, let's just say, because he had to like mistake me in one episode. There was this one blooper where he accidentally like because he had to grab me from behind, he accidentally like jerked me too hard, and immediately when they just said cut, the first thing he said was, "Are you okay? I'm so sorry." Like everyone was just so nice. They really cared about me, and it was a really cool environment because the set was just so well designed. Like it looked old and rustic, like a vampire. Like a vampire, like lair, I would say. Yeah, it was cool. Really amazing.
That's really cool that your first longer running role was on an established show like that, and that you were treated well.
Yeah.
Now you also do voice work.
That's right. Yeah.
How is that different for you than acting in front of the camera, or is it the exact same for you, except you're not just focused on what you look like?
Well, there are properties that are different and then properties that are the same. I would say difference-wise is you're not in front of a camera, so they're not really looking for how you look, but like the quality of your voice. Something that's similar though to get that quality of voice and in live action at the same time is you have to like move around and act like if you want to say like I can't reach for this apple, or you can act it like I can't reach for this apple. It really sounds better like you're actually reaching for this apple. So you do have to act it out. Of course, you can't like stop around because then the microphone's gonna pick it up and you're gonna get yelled at. But yeah, so there are some similarities. Yeah.
Is it harder or
it's
just different?
I wouldn't say it's like harder or easier. It's just different. Like yeah, it's just different because just all these different things. Like if you're acting live action, you're on a set and you have the ability to like move around on set, interact with things, make noise, maybe like a clap or like ham bone, whatever. But in voiceover acting, you can't really do that as much, and you have a limited space. I mean, the booth I record in does. Like, it's like this one-person booth.
Right.
So, yeah, that's basically it.
Does that make it harder when you're only kind of acting against yourself?
Not really, actually. I have the ability to, like, bounce off myself, come up with my own ideas. Yeah. I get that from my mom and my dad, because gotta hand it them. They're really great actors.
Now, your newest film that's coming out is called Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life, and you star as Miller.
That's right.
Why don't you talk a little bit about your character and what it was like working on that project?
Yeah, sure. So Miller is like the classic school tough guy, like the school bully. He'll like push people around, and this is my turf. Get out of my way. And when Rafe Kachadoran comes to the school, he's like, oh, we got the new kid here. I'm gonna seek him out and get him in trouble. So I like push him around, bully him around. Later, as you see in the preview, if any of you guys seen it, later you can see that he teams up with Rafe when he finds out that Rafe's behind all these awesome pranks, and he's just like, whoa, like, because, pranks are pretty bad, I'm bad, he's bad, we can be bad brothers, like, I team up with them, basically, yeah.
Just knowing you for maybe 15 minutes now, I feel like playing the bully is 180-degree turn from your actual personality. What was that like?
I'm not a bully in real life. I mean,
you seem awfully nice.
Kinda, yeah, it's kind of fun to play the bully in acting though, because not in real life.
Right.
Do not do that because then you'll actually hurt people.
Right.
But in acting, it's pretty fun. And people ask me like, why? Like, why would you want to play the bad guy? Because when there's the roles where you have the goody two shoes, like you play by the rules and you have to have some standards.
Right.
Miller, he has a lot of freedom to him because he's bad. He doesn't have to obey the rules. He can just move around, hit people, do whatever. He has like all this freedom. It's just really awesome.
That's cool. And now you're obviously young enough. You're going to be doing this for quite a long time.
Yeah.
What would you like to pursue in the coming up, and what kind of roles are you looking to delve into? You did the vampire. You've done a bully. You're doing voice acting. Like, is there something you really have your heart set on that you'd like to go after?
Well, two things. One in live action, one in voiceover. In live action, because I kind of grew up on watching like the Marvel and DC movies, and I still do. Like, I read all the comics, watch the movies, watch the cartoon movies, watch the cartoon TV shows. I just love it all.
Yep.
And I just thought it would be so cool if I get to play like live action a superhero or a supervillain. Anybody that has like supernatural powers besides the vampire.
Right.
Like something like more like a story arc or something like that. I thought that would be really cool.
What would your power be if you had to choose your own?
I don't want to copy Wolverine, but I mean, like, it would be really cool to have a healing factor in the claws. But I was like thinking about it. Like, teleportation would be really cool. Maybe like flying, super strength, fire breath if it didn't hurt, stuff like that. Another thing, like the voiceover, I love anime. And I watch it constantly, and I thought it'd be so cool if I would like voice like an action or just any anime that seemed cool to me, like powers, comedy, just stuff like that. Like it just like the idea of voicing a main character in anime is just so cool.
Awesome. And now you're obviously younger, so you're juggling school and acting. How hard and challenging has that been?
Well, sometimes it gets a little stressful, but I gotta like, lean back and say, okay, it's not that hard because here's what you gotta do. You have to get your dates when you're going to be out filming. Like for example, middle school, I was out for 2 months, and I thought this is just gonna be hectic.
Yeah.
But it's really not that difficult. You just gotta know your dates, go to your teachers. I had to get my work, just get the work ahead of time, and online, emailing is a big thing. You got to be able to keep in touch with them, keep up on what's going on. And you also miss like classroom activities, like you get homework, but there's also the classroom activities, like what if there's a lab in science. Sometimes I had to like have my science teacher, like I email her for taking pictures, taking notes on it, drawing. Like for example, we were dissecting a cow's eye, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be absent for that? Like that's awesome. But yes.
Trust me, it's only cool when you think you're not going to be there. When you're actually doing it, it's not so great.
Yeah. I talked to my friends after. There's like, dude, it smelled bad.
Yeah.
But
those were not fond high school memories.
Yeah. But so what I had to do was like my teacher would take pictures. I'd have to actually sketch the eye out and like label things instead of like putting pins on it and stuff like that. So basically, you just got to keep in touch.
Right.
Yeah, with your teachers.
Well, you really lucked out in that department. Then, if you only had to draw the eyes and not stick actual pins in them, you're doing all right.
I kind of wanted to though. Like I kind of wanted to dissect a cow's eye.
Interesting. Well, if this acting thing doesn't work out, we know what you're going to be doing.
My profession in dissecting eyeballs.
Jacob, thank you so much for taking time
you.
to sit down with me. It's been a real
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
And
Thank you,
continued
you too.
success.
Thank you.